after the result. Last time when I came to Hyderabad, April, you were asking many things. At that time, I could not talk anything much. Now, with the release of the results as on Wednesday, and yesterday we had an analyst meet, other day press meet in Bangalore. As a custom, we are doing Hyderabad also one press meet because the good presence we are having in Andhra Pradesh. We thought every quarter, last 2 years, we are conducting press meet here to appraise the press friends here. So, may welcome to print and electronic media friends, ladies and gentlemen. This is the latest results, that is 31st March 2014. We have conducted the audit and the results are out other day. Of course, just I will give 1 or 2 lines about the global scenario, because if you give the global scenario, you can understand how Syndicate Bank has done. Of course, all of you must be knowing, many of you are learned financial people also. I know some of you call me for different queries also. Basically, this year again, year gone by is also not much so good for the bank. There are a lot of challenges, and economic growth wise, if you see, it is also not much encouraging. Many things are in waiting. GDP also grew by only 4.7%. That means generally there is some rule. GDP grows at so and so percentage into 2.5 is the generally bank's growth. That is the one thumb rule. Suppose the business grows at 10%, GDP grows 10%, into 10 to 2.5. Around 25% is the growth rate for the bank, banking industry. Here, GDP grew by last year at 4.7%, it's almost 5%. If you multiply into 2.5, it comes to around 12.5. Whereas the performance, that means any bank which is growing, our bank will always goes in sync with the GDP. When GDP itself is at 4.5, we cannot be odd man in the industry. So we have to move along with the industry, and our growth rate of say 16%, when actually it can be as a thumb rule 14% or 12.5%, our bank has achieved a global growth rate of 16% and domestic growth rate of 14%. So this given GDP and economy, this growth rate is reasonably okay. I don't say it is extraordinary or 20-30%, I am not claiming that. So this is one background you have to keep in view. Again, this background, the bank business has grown by 16% globally. When I talk globally, the total bank business touched 3,88,584 crores. This includes domestic of 2,12,343 and 1,76,000 advances. So these two things, year on year basis, it is average of 16% growth rate, and the deposits growth rate is 18% globally, and domestically it is 16%.
I just have one. This global doesn't take into account domestic, no? It's only global or?
No, we merge it. Got only one branch.
Global means global and domestic.
Correct, you are right, correct. So I want to correct it, not correction, but I want to clarify. Whatever I am talking global is domestic plus one branch in London. London is around 60,000 crores. So that is also part of global. Suppose I talk domestic, it is not included. So domestic growth in deposits is 12%, advances is 16%, total business growth is 14%. Globally, it is 15% deposits, 18% advances, and business is 16%. So this is the business growth. Coming to profit, that is actually a matter of interest for all the financial people. Actually, it was 2004 crores last time when we closed 13th March. But this year, there was 574 crores MAT credit, that is a 1 year, one-time credit. Last time also I discussed, we have disclosed in the balance sheet also. There was availability of 574 crores as a one-time credit in 2012 and 13. So thereby our profit has gone up to 2004. That one-time benefit may not come always. So we have, though our profit now is 1711, that is 1,711 crores. Even then, suppose you exclude the one-time credit, we are 20% above the last year profit. Why I am requesting this one point, analyst will make a difference between what is an extraneous credit and regular business. So that way, you can give credit to the bank that the profit of the bank has otherwise grown up by 20%. And the operating profit, Again, this is a concern point. This is become we have been discussing at our top management level also. This improvement is there, but it is 3% operating profit. We are also not happy. We are taking a lot of steps to improve the. It is better than the past, but it requires a lot of improvement. Operating profit is year-on-year basis 3%. If you take on quarterly basis, it is 11%. So what I was to say in the last quarter, lot of developments have happened, which has given the benefit of good business for the bank, and also the operating profit has gone up 11%. So that means the bank is able to change the advances pattern and the growth pattern, so that more and more the operating profit is likely to come in the second or third quarters. The interest income has gone by 9%, other income has 13%. Other income here I would like to say one or 2 points. The one point is we have started our insurance vertical in an aggressive way. It started giving the results. I don't say entire 13% is from the insurance, but substantially it was not there. Last time it was zero base. Now through insurance around 2 crores income has come this year, first time. So that is 1 point of increase. And also there is an increase of non-fund business. That's why the growth of other income is better 13%, and domestically it is 17%. Then the under advances and net interest income, I want to say 1 point. Last year we have reduced the base rate. It is now 10.25, earlier 10.5%. Somewhere June we have reduced to 0.25%. So on 0.25% for around 9 months on a base of 1,35,000 crores, you can work out what could be the impact on the every bank has done. We have not only syndicate bank, because of the market situation we have done cut of 0.25. At the same time, our housing loans we brought down to base rate. That is not only for the new customers, existing customers also. That means our housing loan base is 10,000 crores. On 10,000 crores, we have taken a hit of 0.25% on the interest side. So these two factors has given effect on the interest income of the bank. At the same time, they affected the yield on advances, which I am going to talk later. So these are 1 or 2 factors. But at the same time, though cost of deposits has come down, it is not actually helping the bank, because in the sense, though cost has come compared to last year, still we are given 1 or 2 schemes where retail depositor has to grow his retail savings. We have offered 9.25% one scheme, Sind Disha, where we mobilized 5,000 crores in the last 2 months of the year or last quarter. So that way, what I wish to say, though cost of deposit has come under control less than last year, still our cost could not match the interest income. That's why the total NII is sluggish, growth is there. Then I come to, I'm talking broad indicators only. Gross NPA, this is 1 point. Generally, again, people like you will be very much interested. Now, it is a growth. I mean, I can say from 2,978, the gross absolute amount has gone up to 4,611 crores. The NPA has increased globally. Domestic means 2,816 to 4,264. This is the further hit in the NPA during the year. Again, you know, this is again syndicate bank cannot be alone. Odd bank in the banking, many accounts or many NPA portfolio is growing up. This is the concern of Reserve Bank of India also. But I would like to say that here lot of management effort is there to control the growing NPAs. NPAs have grown up, I can't say no. But the containment is also important. That's why the gross NPA ratio is now standing at 2.62. This is the one of the few 3 banks as of now. I don't know other banks, they have to give the results. One of the 3 banks having lowest gross NPA, and again net NPA is 1.56, again one of the lowest 3. So these 2 things are going to give a lot of comfort for the analysts like you or press people like you. One more thing I would like to add, our profit must have been more than what we have stated, had a compromise on the provision coverage ratio. There is one ratio called provision coverage ratio. For all net NPAs, we provide and make a provision so that it gives a comfort to the public, suppose this account goes bad, this provision is going to take care of that, and bank will not have any profitability problem. So, Reserve Bank of India has given a benchmark of 70% somewhere in 2010. Every bank has to maintain 70% and above. This honestly Syndicate Bank is following for the last so many years. Though it has come down compared to last year, it was 83% last year. It has come to 70.02. Suppose I say that if you look at the ratio of other banks which are maintaining low NPA, you look at the PC ratio of those banks. Our bank PC ratio is 70%. Some banks declare 60%, 45, 50. So if I can reduce my 70% to 60%, naturally profit will go up. Again, you will say profit has gone up. So, but our idea is first always make a good healthy provisioning, then profit. Because once the balance sheet is strong, naturally no hit will affect the bank. So that's why we have taken a decision of maintaining minimum 70% and above. Accordingly, the profit apparently is coming down, and is again so far only bank maintaining 70%. Unless all banks come, I cannot say. As of now, it is the only bank maintaining 70% provision coverage ratio. Of course, coming to the cost to income, this has little gone up, 47.96 to 48.10, because cost to income again depends on the number of branches we opened. Last year we have opened 317 branches. Naturally, net increment of staff is around 1,400 because some retirees were there. We have made lot of recruitment. All plus and minus put together as on March to March 13 to 14, there is an incremental staff for 1,400. So naturally, staff cost will go up. So with this, the cost to income ratio slightly around say 14 points has gone up, and earning per share has also gone up, book value has gone up. Capital adequacy as per Basel II, we are 12.01, and as per Basel III, 11.41. Here both the ratios we are able to maintain above the 9% as per the Reserve Bank of India, but our target is 12% CRAR, because we want to, as of now there is no problem for the further expansion of lending, there is no issue. But going forward, for Basel III compliance, common equity capital requirement, all these things keep in view. We want to develop this ratio to minimum 12%. For that, we are going separately for capital planning, etc. So the present CRAR is going to support the bank to increase the further lending of the bank in the current year also. So there is no problem for the bank to wait for the capital. Only whatever capital we are going to raise in the, not immediately, we have taken a mandate. Down the 3-4 months we may raise some capital. It is going to add to the buffer or something for future requirement, not for current year requirement. Then this is broadly the financial parameters which will be of much, but coming to some return on, yesterday also there was a question about return on equity, return on these things, has come down compared to year-on-year basis. One reason is profit has come down, because profit is one main factor, because around 400 crores less means by the same equity base, that is one reason. Other reason is government has given around 200 crores in the last quarter. It is not a big contributor, but at the same time it has got its own contribution. The return on equity has come down from 22.78 to 16.81. This is one question you may ask. I am answering that in advance. The reason is, one is since the profit has come down and the base has slightly gone up in the last year, because of that it has come down, and business per employee is growing. Again, profit per employee has come down because of the new staff inducted, and down the line we are going to include further staff also. 5,000 employees are joining the bank within 2-3 months time. But since we are targeting good business, this profit per employee will be likely to improve current year, and CD ratio is now standing at 83%. That is also best of the industry. Coming to the restructured portfolio, both CDR and non-CDR put together, our book size is restructured assets 11,136 crores. In that, the CDR portion is 3,801. Other than CDR is balance amount, around 7,335 crores. One thing I want to say, CDR accounts, we are not in the very big accounts where you are interested to know, we are not there. But there are one or two accounts in this quarter, actual slippage is around 1100 crores. Actually, we are not expecting that much slippage, but last day, 2 accounts to the amount of 400 crores have slipped on the last working day, despite our efforts. But very likely within this month or next month, these 2 accounts are going to be upgraded. So the 400 crores which slipped on 31st March will again be upgraded. So these 2 accounts, regarding NPA I am talking, and the restructured part, we have got total 35 accounts for the entire bank, which are in the CDR reference. But other than CDR, we have a good number of accounts, 7,335 crores. The number of accounts is 1,24,645. Why this is so big means most of the accounts are agriculture, general agriculture in different parts because of rains, drought, various conditions, they undergo reschedulement. So whenever small loans get rescheduled, all this small number will add to the different house. I mean, in AP itself, some districts are having some problems. The loans are rescheduled. In Meerut, Moradabad, wherever we are aggressive in agricultural finance, there are some restructuring happened. So there is also mostly contributed by the loans below 10 lakhs. And we are trying to help them by giving restructure so that they can pay the dues after some time. And in that again, NPA part is not much. Though they are restructured, it is not a matter that they are going to become NPS because they are monitoring them accounts. Similarly, housing loans also. Whenever employees, mostly the industry is facing the recession, sometimes salaries are not in time, sometimes they are not getting good pay, whatever salary they are getting. So we are giving a liberal restructuring for the housing loan borrowers also, so that whenever their income is decreasing or consistently not improving, accordingly we are giving the restructuring benefit to them, so that at least once the problem is over, they can pay the amount. But as per their salary pocket, we have reduced the EMIs also as per the guidelines. So these are the main small loans which are factored into the restructuring part of the bank. And if I give the restructuring including CDR, entire 11,000, how it is spread? Mostly it is spread in the corporate sector. The amount is 3,701 crores. Agriculture is 1,735. Aviation 729 crores. MSME 597 crores. Most is discoms. All of you know, discoms is like every state discom, there is a separate package because all the discoms are in problem. So government has come with some package state-wise. So as an existing member of the consortium, every bank had taken share in the restructuring package also with additional exposure. So because of that, the discoms which are not part of CDR, they are separate outside CDR, 3,278 crores is the restructuring part. So like this, mostly it is the restructuring book is between CDR accounts 3,701, discoms 3,278. That means around 7,000 is 2 groups. In Baki 4,000, agriculture is 1,735 crores, other are small settlement. So from this you can understand whether restructuring bank is having a bad book or good book. So this is one thing I want to say. Then current year, the restructuring part also, current quarter we have done 1,094 crores restructuring, only last quarter. And in the entire year, it is 2,920 crores. Coming to NPA, more elaboration I want to give. During the year, the gross NPA has moved from 2,979 to 4,611. Here I would like to add one point. We have got rigorous, robust recovery mechanism that is giving the results. We have got a separate team or approach for loans below 10 lakhs, where a team called START, Stressed Tiny Assets Recovery Team, is every RO is having one START, we call it START, but it's team actually team of officers. They will say the accounts which are below 10 lakhs for recovery. And similarly, OTS scheme, there is separate OTS scheme for almost NPA accounts more than 2 years, a separate OTS, liberal OTS. Now recently we are changing in the board also. Now amount is increased up to 5 lakhs. Any loan account which is a doubtful loss asset for last 2-3 years as per the guidelines, having exposure of 5 lakhs. When there is a genuine problem for the customer, there is a liberal OTS policy. Now, as per that, now earlier they are at the level of regional manager, they are sanctioning the proposals. Now, we are delegating powers to branch managers also. Whenever a need-based customer OTS is there, up to 5 lakhs, the manager can take a decision and he can decide the amount to be recovered, and he can give the, suppose the money is paid across the counter, he can give the notice certificate across the table. This is one final improvement we have brought. Earlier it was delegated to regional manager, now managers are competent. One more important thing I want to say, many banks have sold the assets, NPA assets to banks. Syndicate Bank has not sold, Syndicate Bank has not sold single asset and the year gone by. We have not sold any asset. Not that we don't sell. We did not sell, though there was a mandate. Somehow our ratios are good. We did not attempt. Because why we have not attempted? We have to attempt with a lot of application of mind. We have to get maximum benefit out of sale, not simply for cleaning the books. Cleaning the books is not the interest of Syndicate Bank. Our books are clean. Still, if you want to get rid of some sticky NPA account, there should be a good deal for the bank. It need not be a one-to-one. It should be win-win benefit, cannot be other side is benefited. So, we have got a outlook for sale of the assets down the year. We are targeting, but in the current year results, what I have discussed, no, nothing is sold out. That's why the entire efficiency, recovery efficiency is from the real recovery efforts of the bank. And last year, write-off, if you can, last year we had written off, last year means 14 March, 1024 crores written off. Actually, we are well within the Government of India guideline. RBI said within the recovery only you have to write off. The government guidelines say within the recovery of the NPA you can write off the money. But we have not gone, actually our recovery including past and present NPA with interest, it is around 1700 odd crores total year recovery, year's recovery. But we attempted only 1024 crores. It is much less than last year NPA written off amount. Last year we written off 1297, whereas this year written off 1024. So there is a headroom for further write-off, but we have not attempted it. The write-off is not the solution. Write-off is the extent of requirement only. We have never thought it is an instrument to clean the balance sheet. So this year write-off has been reduced compared to last year. That's why there is one more point which has to be highlighted by me before you, because bank has not taken full advantage, and our recovery last year is around 17 to 1800 crores with the total recovery in the NPS. This year we are targeting a minimum 2500 crores. From the existing NPS, we are targeting around 2500 crores. And the gross NPA, as I told you, percentage wise, it is now 2.62. With various efforts, one is, as I told you, OTS to liberalize it up to 5 lakhs with our START team. And also, we have created a separate, we are going to create a separate vertical for written off accounts, because I will come to that separately. We have created separate vertical for the surface actions, so that more and more focus action can happen. With this recovery, we are expecting to happen in an aggressive way. Current year our NPA outlook is not to exceed 2%. By next March, our target gross NPA ratio is 2%. That is our target, internal target. Hopefully, because now it is much below the last December and September. It is above the last March, but it is now below that December and September 13th figure. We are hopeful, and as I told you, 1 or 2 accounts are likely to be upgraded in this quarter. With this, number will come down. But there can be further NPA. I cannot say it is totally NPA frozen, because as some accounts, here generally our trend is 300 to 400 crores slippage every quarter. Even though they are slipping immediately, our people are taking steps to upgrade by collecting the entire overdues. So that way, I am confident that next year it should be around 2%, below 2% gross NPA percentage.